Yeah, can't get them all in one space. No problem. So in various degrees of fitness, we've got, what, 50, 20, 28, 48, 78. We've got 80. 80 more frames. That's what? 10 by 8, basically. Currently, we're looking at a 9 by 5. So 18 is our outer limit if we want to temp bridges. If we're going to have at least 2 thickness on the exterior walls, that takes up 4. So if we use 16 and leave 1 space on each end as a maximum, we could go 3 in, 3 in, would be 6. Still leave 10 spaces in the interior for whatever else. Just how big a monstrosity do we want? Am I going to make it a perfect cube? Is that going to behave better or worse for diagonals? Does a rectangular vehicle, when turning, is that going to... I'm not sure what's going to happen, actually. What I might need to do is build a cube, put some wheels and an engine on it, and then some boards so I can see how it reacts, and then drive it around a little bit just to see what it does. Put nothing on it but the absolute bare minimum. Gas tank, controls, and so on. And then literally just drive it around a little bit and see how it behaves. So we're 5 wide now. If I extend it out 4 more, we'd have a 9 by 9 cube. And then later, if we need to extend it further, we can do so in either direction pretty easily. Or we rip off parts if we don't want to go that full length, or full width then. But we're definitely going to go 9 wide at a minute. How many extra frames are we talking here, by the way? I mean, if I've only got 5... that's going to be what? 9 times 4, it's going to be 36 frames just to get it to a cube. So the X is the direct center spot, is it currently? Maybe I'll do, instead of 4 out this way, maybe I'll do 2 in every direction, or 2 to the right and 2 to the left. Make it the cube. That way I can retain the X as a convenient center point. Let's do that. Let's make it a cube first. And I need to do some experiments. At least one experiment to see how the diagonals react if I just kind of pack it in such a way. And maybe we'll try to do a basic, figure out a basic design on the cells and what kind of space we're going to have inside. What's the creature list again? I don't know. I think it was a squirrel, a border collie, I have it listed somewhere. I forget where I put it. Here, I think. That page. One second. Okay, the list is a Zaindeer, which now is a problem if they're not going to appear. Maybe we've already got some generated in the world that we've run around in. But Zaindeer might have to come off the list, although we are heading into August. It'll be August by the time we probably get to... yeah, it'll probably be the season. So Zaindeer can probably stay. Zaindeer, Albino Penguin, Cerberus, Alpha Razorclaw, an Amagara Horror, if possible. I'm still not certain we can actually contain it. A Shoggoth. And then we also have decided that we have to have Zombie Dog in the passenger seat as a ride-along. And then we have some alternates just in case something's not going to work. We purposely picked things that we're pretty sure do not have the destructive tag, meaning they can just rip right through anything. Things like Hulks and Skeletal Juggernauts, they have a destructive flag, which lets them rip through anything. I can't build a vehicle that's going to contain them. There are no materials that they can't bust through in the vehicle system, so no point in putting those on the list. Well, I think timing-wise, it'll be in the season that they show up by the time we get to that point, so Zaindeer should be okay. So, two in each direction, make a cube, throw on the basics, wheels, an engine, a tank, the controls. To see it actually function, I'm going to need to put boards at least on the outer two ranks in every direction, so we can then pivot and turn and see how it reacts. Preferably with some idea of a cell arrangement, so we can see how it pivots and adjusts. Alright, well, we're going to need the frames added on regardless of what we do, because this will be the minimums. So let's get the frames on. We'll see how long that takes. If you find something interesting along the way, would I be willing to change the list? Maybe. I'm perfectly capable of changing anything I want. I haven't signed a contract with anybody that says I have to deliver certain things, so yeah, I could change my mind. I'll try to hold to the list we came up with, but one example would be if we absolutely just can't find something. I mean, I'm not going to drive around forever and ever and ever if the RNG just refuses to show me an animal or a creature. So we'll see. Okay, so give me frames over closer. I guess we'll start with the clean ones. Clean adjacent. Install frame. Need my lifting tool. Come here, you. You're needed. Alright, so we're just doing 2 rows on this side, 2 rows, or columns. 2 columns here, 2 columns here, and that should give me a cube. How are we going to orient? Let's just stick with the equal sign. Arc welder, please. Please tell me I can turn off the extended and still do the installation. I don't want that extra. Cool. Should just make that very... God damn it. If I turn that off, I don't have the welding. Shouldn't need the welding up. Should still be able to do it. Yeah, cool. Alright, now we shouldn't get that extra menu. $20 minutes per. Extreme weariness. Yeah, this is where it's going to get rough. All this welding. That's where we're going to have a problem. Not tired yet. Weary but not sleep. Age-old problem. Anything left to read? The Applied Science and Krav Maga. Sure, let's read Krav Maga. Train until tired. You learn Krav Maga. Well, we don't need that book anymore. Don't need my jerry can. We're very weary, but not tired yet. The 8 is as far as I can go at a -3 fun factor. There's just no point to that. If we ever decide to make mutagens, they're just going to instantly level me up to 11 anyway. Time to just pass some time again. Use my combat chemicals. Maybe that's what I need to be doing. Pump myself full of drugs so I can work. I can weld long into the night. Hey, we're tired now. Cool. Atomic headline off. Time to chug some more. Oh! Old pine nuts. Almost lost my pine nuts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Still normal weight. I feel like I dropped that weight really quick after the crash. We were overweight, we crashed, we reloaded, and now I'm all back to normal weight and staying there for some reason. Not running any odd CBMs. No meds this time. Come on now. Don't be that way. You'd think Panacea would take care of Caleptic Psychosis. Wow, we're 2 bars into fresh. 3 bars into fresh. Ooh, best we've been for a while. Can't drink the vegetable oil. Still got MREs. I think I used them all. Nope, still got some MREs. Cool. Time to boil up some water, though. Oh, ran out of frames in range. Alright, what are you doing to me? Frames. I have a vehicle attached with a welder. Plenty of power. Have lifting capability. Why are you not showing me the frame up? but I have... Is it the distance to the welder? I bet it's the distance to the welder. Alright, no problem. Gotta stand in the right spot, because it's weird. Oops. Scratchy scratch. Alright, one side complete. Long per space, minutes. That's alright. We're not too concerned about time passing. Oh, sir. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Have a cube. We have achieved peak cube. Big enough to do our test with, or keep making it bigger? Definitely not going to be big enough for the vehicle. I might go 2 above and 2 below. At least the outer 2 need to be solid walls. Let's go with the assumption that just 2 is going to be enough. So 2 and 2. That leaves 5 in the interior. That's definitely not going to be enough for cells or anything else useful. And I also have to figure out how I'm going to get things into the cells. My original idea was to have entrances on both sides of the cell, so I'd have like a door on the outside that I would open and I would walk in, have the enemy follow me. I would open another door in the interior, walk through and close it, so they'd be in the middle, and then I'd come around and close the outer door, so I'd be like an airlock system. Try to keep them in, but not sure I can do that with the necessity with the diagonals, if that'll work. So Do we stick with the cube, or do we could just go up 2 and then down 2 to make an even bigger cube? Instead of 9 by 9, go to 11 by 11 or 12 by 12. What we've got here. 428. Whoa, we're down to... Oh no, that's 24. Flag. $44 left. We might get 2 more out of that route. Gonna be 10 and 10 and 11 and 11. But yeah, I'd be out of frames already. Might have to get out some graph paper. Frames is what I was afraid of. You guys probably thought I was crazy when I kept trying to find vehicles, but I knew it was going to take a ridiculous amount. And all I've got left is the Humvee, and I've got that security van sourced. But if I take apart the Humvee, then I don't have something I can easily tool around with if we do need some other stuff. Nah, I don't know of a way to close doors remotely. You can raise and lower window shades. There's a little motor control for that, but I'm not aware of a way of opening and closing doors. Short of, you know, the winch portcullis type system. Alright, well, first thing that's going to happen is I'm going to take a break. I'm already about 20 minutes late for that, so let me go do that, and you guys come up with some brilliant ideas on how I can triple my quantity of frames, heavy-duty frames, that are laying around with the least amount of effort, and we'll kind of go from there. So I'll be back with you in just a few. Okay, you guys figured out the way to triple my frame supply? Now helicopters don't have heavy frames. Flying things and heavy frames are an oxymoron. It's mostly the military vehicles, and that's about it, really. There's not too many of the commercial vehicles that have heavy frames. I remember even semis I don't think have heavy frames. So, the security van does. I can go back and get the security van. Huh, zombie dog? Why are you here? Why are you here? You already had your nummies. Beat it. Fire truck, the big one? I don't remember seeing one of those recently. Yeah. Alright. I don't much like that tea. Ugh. I've decided I am going to go ahead and finish throwing on the frames. We're going to add 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Get a little bit of a rectangle going on, and then I'll adjust from there after we've got those done. It's work that's got to happen anyway. We are going to, at a minimum, have it be that big regardless of which direction I go, if I cube it off or keep it as a rectangle. So, let's split these out a bit. Let's see, 36, 44 total, so 22 each direction. And that whole pile there. And then we will bring 2 back. Be perfect. Rig access is going to be... Actually, I should have kept the parts in one spot. Ah, whatever. All I had to move around was this, really. I'm moving parts when I don't really need to. Hey. Okay, so... yeah, it sure doesn't look like a cube on this list. Just because of the way it displays. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks like a rectangle, but it represents as a cube in game, so... whatever. Install. More of the frame. Excuse me. That should be good where it's at, right? Is now. Can't wait till I get done with this frame stuff. Course. Course. The hell? Install frame. Oh, too dark. There we go. Alright, bottom two done. Oh, and use the frames. It's funny that I'm standing way over here with all the frames. The lifting device is way up the top to satisfy that requirement. And the welder is down at the bottom. Oh, good times. I am exhausted. Shall we try to finish this row? Nah, we got another row to do. Let's not push it. Headlamp off. Oh, that's right. I gotta batch brew some water. Do I have any left? One. That'll be good enough for now. of antipsychotics. I can't do 3x3 prisons. There's absolutely no way I can do 3x3 prisons. No way. 2x2 at the absolute biggest. Even then I'll be probably not happy. We'll see if we can manage 2x2s. Still weary, not sleepy. We're back to that problem because my stupid psychosis woke me up again. I don't want cooking oil right before I actually go to work. Alright, let's have a cracker and some candy and a yogurt. And some pork and beans and some corn. And brew up some water. Well, let's just do 50. We have an atomic coffee maker. We're not worried about power. Whoops, wrong one. That'd be horrifying to have a regular frame in the mix. Heavy duty all around except for the one spot with a standard frame. No, a card hand. Getting a little buggy. My brain trying to press the buttons all the time. Okay, now we no longer have a square, we have a rectangle. How many frames left? 4, 5, 6, 8 frames left. Not enough to even make a single row. Matter, I guess. Way too much in one space. Yep, just the 8 frames. Alright, so we can't even make a complete row in any direction with what's left. Yeah, it's not big enough. It's not big enough. We don't have enough vehicles. Even if I bring the SWAT truck or the security van up, that's still only going to be, what is that thing, like 5? It's either 4. I think it's 5 wide. It's probably 5 wide and maybe 9. So that's another 45. That's still only going to get me a little over 2 rows in any direction. We're up to 13 tall. 13 by 9 is what we're at now. And if we have to dedicate 2 deep boards all the way around, that only leaves us an interior of what, 9 by 5? Yeah, it's just not big enough. Not big enough. This is 16 out to here. So from that point to where I'm standing is 16. It's about half again as many as I've already got here to try to get it all the way out to here if I don't extend it. That'd make it wider than it is tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 would be the first row of grass, so 16 tall. How would I position the cells within that? It's only, what is that? 6 by 4, 5, 6, 7 by 5, so 35 heavy frames if I strip that down to nothing. So that would get me 2 more lines, a little bit left over. Half. Security van would finish that and maybe put a row on the side, maybe 2, and that would be it. Man, I really don't want to go back on the hunt for vehicles, but I just don't think we're going to have enough. Heavy duty board. Requires steel plating. Board takes a sheet metal. At this rate, these are going to be the problems. Sheet metal and steel plating. Duty hatch. My face is all blurry. Camera go out of focus. No, looks fine on my preview. Unless it fixed itself suddenly. It must have auto-focused back into focus again. I can't quite see that, so I have to move a window to see my picture. Look at that other monitor. So, we're getting a lot of questions about the chopper. Let's go up and look at the chopper real quick. Grab a gun. What do you think? 234 rounds in the battle rifle, is that going to be enough? Keep me safe? Go up and look at it. So people can satisfy all their questions. And I can satisfy my own. Okay, the chopper. So front corner, steel plating. Hey, it does have steel plating. Most of it's trashed. I'll be able to pull some parts off. Standard frame, steel plating. The opaque door also gives steel frame. So the engine is there. There. 120 liter, 6,000 horsepower gas turbine engine. Yeah, the little engine crane will take that off. That's kind of funny. Or strength 316. I don't quite have what I need to do the strength 316. Didn't I strip the camera? I stripped the camera off the other one. Did I not come up and strip the camera off this one? I don't remember. There were only cameras in a couple of spots. I don't remember exactly where they were. Steel drums, steel plating. Well, steel plating alone would help. If I could stand here and just rip steel plating off of it. So that's what we're looking at mostly. Steel plating looks like the biggest thing, and you know, the gas turbine engine. So, not worried about pulling that quite yet. But it doesn't solve my general frame problem. Alright, so we know what we can pull out of that. So this was mostly trashed. There's a few frames in there. I just don't know if it would be worth trying to grab them. Might be able to get a dozen frames out of there. Do I organize a trip to go get the security van? I think I'm gonna have to. Uh-oh. I better delete that. Remove. We'll set up a different disassembly zone. Zombie dog, you keep coming over to visit me. Decisions. What to do, what to do. I'm wondering how many of them I might be able to bear trap to stay in position. Of the list that we have, I'm not sure. I don't know their strength and their ability to get released from a bear trap. If I could, oh wait, never mind. I don't think you can put a bear trap on a vehicle space, so I think that would be the problem. I think I thought of that before. One of my original ideas was put a bear trap in the cells, so I could have a nice narrow cell, lead them in, and have the bear trap hold them in place, and that would keep them from moving. But I don't think I can do a bear trap inside the vehicle or on a vehicle space. Not that I've actually tested it, but if it allowed it, it would probably hold them to the ground position, and then when the vehicle moved, they'd probably get shredded, something like that. But it wouldn't actually, I don't think, function in the vehicle to hold them to the frame. What you think, zombie dog? You have opinions? You gonna offer a solution, or you just here looking for your goodies? No, he's not full of any wisdom. So, what to do? Back in the vehicles and go searching again? We've got plenty of places we haven't really been yet. I'm loath to go into the cities to try to find vehicles because, you know, how hard it would be to actually strip the parts out and get them out of there with the constant interruptions. Use a necromancer to revive the bodies in the vehicle. I'm not sure the necromancer can revive some of the things we have on the list, so I don't think a necromancer is going to do much with a dead albino penguin or a razor claw. Maybe the others, and definitely not a horror. So, no, necromancer's not going to solve that general problem. So 1 too deep, and 1 too deep. So this, where the welder is, would be the first position that could hold a cell of some kind. If it was in the back of the vehicle, I mean, this is the center point, so it's, yeah, it's just not going to be wide enough. And I need some way to get them into the cell. Can you have a door and a door, where you can open both doors? Can I still do my airlock thing? I just have 2 doors to go through. And once the doors are closed, they act like walls. I think what I need to do for a test, like I said, get this thing mobile. We need to answer the basic logistics questions of the diagonal movement problem. So I think I am going to leave it the size it is, throw some wheels on it, throw the basic controls and power and engine and so on in it. Make one back corner section. We'll put the boards in, put the doors in, get a cell designed, and then we'll lure any kind of animal into it. Preferably one that moves fairly quickly. And lock it in and then drive around. And we'll see what happens. I need to see this in action and see what happens. Because we could be designing something that's just totally not going to work. And I don't want to spend a huge amount of time. Yeah, I'm thinking that's probably what I'm going to do. I'll devote the front end of the vehicle to all the other stuff. But side to side, it'll be wall, open space, maybe one other open space. Then a wall or door on the exterior, open space at least one, and then one door on the interior, then a hallway, door on the exterior or door on the interior, space. Let's move this welder. Let's get the welder out of there real quick. Come here, welder. You need to move. Yeah. You're in my way. We'll get it more centrally located here. How about right there for now? I got storage. Wait a minute. I got storage batteries installed on this thing? Where the hell do I have storage batteries? I had 3. Did I put all 3 of them back here? Did. There. Alright, I gotta... they're fine where they're at. Doesn't really matter where those are.